Hi everyone, and welcome to Weekly Cooking with Becky. And I apologize that it's been a couple weeks, but I promise I've got a good recipe for you. This is actually a recipe I did 2 years ago, but we are going to make this super fast. Okay, I'm gonna link the exact same recipe below. However, I'm gonna show you the sped up version tonight. It is called a chicken fajita casserole. It's my own recipe, so it will be typed out in the description. However, I'm gonna tell you my changes. So first it says to cook 3 chicken breasts, let them cool and chop them. You're gonna go get a cold rotisserie. Yes, you can get them cold. You're gonna get a cold rotisserie. You're gonna peel the skin off and you're just gonna rip them apart, okay? Then it says salt and pepper it. I've added salt and pepper to the bag right now. I'm just gonna seal it up and I'm just gonna give it a little shake to move. You're gonna hear the dog in the background because my husband's keeping the dog company. Okay, so you're just gonna move it around, and apparently I already lost a piece of chicken. Okay, so that's how I took care of the chicken. That's a half hour done. Then the next thing is taking a couple of peppers and an onion and cooking them until they are soft with 1/4 cup of diced tomatoes and green chilies from Rotel. Okay, that takes a lot of time. You're gonna go get your 3 pepper and onion blend at your local whatever store out of your frozen, and you're gonna just use the whole bag, or if you have a half bag because you've already used some, then you just get a couple peppers or whatever ingredient you're missing and you get the onions. Stop chopping food, guys. It's already been done for you. It takes like 5 minutes on the skillet. All you gotta do is add the Rotel and they're soft. In 5 minutes, it's done. Stop measuring. So that was done in 5 minutes. No choppy. It's done. Okay, then you're supposed to do, trying to get to the next step, a 1/2 cup of shredded cheese, 8 ounces of cream cheese, 1/4 cup of heavy cream, and 2 tablespoons of taco seasonings divided. Now, we're gonna put it all in the bowl like I have right now, okay? And we're just gonna mix it up. Let me move this off to the side. Okay, and if you forget to thaw your cream cheese or you work late like me, nuke it for 30 seconds. I'm telling you, time's ticking, so we're going fast. So I have everything in here, including 1 piece of chicken that I shook out of the bag. And we're just gonna literally mix. And I've got both tablespoons of the taco seasoning, because it says to add half, mix again, add half, mix again. Nope. We're skipping all of that. Why? I say why when we can do this faster. So that's what we're doing. All right, so it's mixing. To this, we now need to start incorporating everything. I do need a spatula. No big deal. Have your oven preheated to 350. I'm just gonna put that in my casserole pan where the food's going anyways. And I've lightly sprayed my casserole pan with avocado oil. And here we go. Take your rotisserie. You're not gonna cook and chop meat anymore. You don't have time for that. Take your frozen veggies that you just dumped onto the skillet with your only 1/4 cup of diced tomatoes from your Rotel can. Save the rest of your Rotel can. Make some homemade salsa during the week. That'll be good. Let's go fast. I mean, look at that, guys. I'm just gonna mix it. This is like 10 minutes, whereas if you're cooking your chicken ahead of time, you're waiting a couple hours for your cheese to thaw. Like, no, stop that. So we are improving my recipe. And we live in an age where everything's gotta be fast. So let's just do it. I say let's just do it. depending on your frozen peppers and onions, you may get strips, you may get cubes. Does it matter? No. Does it matter if your chicken's in cubes or in strips because you got a rotisserie? No. It's all gonna go to the same spot. So this is literally being all assembled to you super, super fast. And it's gonna taste exactly the same, guys. I didn't add any carbs to it. Chicken is chicken, peppers are peppers, onions are onions, cheese is cheese. So now, we're just gonna go ahead and transfer it into the casserole dish. So I just want you to know, I'm taking an old recipe and I'm tweaking it. And I hope that when you see that you can make it so much faster, that this will be, instead of a long night of cooking of a couple hours, you can prep it in 10 minutes into the oven for 30 and done. And it makes 12 servings if you have a side, or 6 servings if this is your meal, if you're counting your peppers as your veggie, and then your meat as your protein, and your cheeses and your sour cream as your healthy fats. And that's how we're doing it. We're making this as our main. So we're gonna do it as a 6 serving. And I have calculated nutritional facts for both, so that'll be in your description. So yeah. The last time I made this, I want to say I was out in the kitchen for about an hour and a half before I ever got to this step, and I started 10 minutes ago. This is just so much nicer. Nice coffee, nice. That's my dog's name, sorry about that. Only one more thing to do. Try to make sure it's level. Okay. Alrighty, so I'm gonna take the cheese and top the remaining half. It's 1 cup total, so top the remaining half a cup. And get that little tiny bit. All right, we bake for 30 to 35 minutes, and I will see you when it's done. All right, so now we're ready for the taste test. Here it is. And remember, this is the fast way, but I'm still expecting it to taste just as good as in doing it the slow-mo way. So here we go. You've got the chicken, the peppers, the cheese, the flavoring of the spices. Guys, you can take probably any of my recipes and figure out how to reduce time on stuff. So I just wanted to use this one as an example and just kind of show you that you can take a really long recipe and shorten it and still have a healthy meal ready in about 30 to 40 minutes. So I hope this one helps. It's yummy, it's delicious. And next week, I'm taking a recipe from our youth, butterscotch blondies. And I'm taking it from our youth. I'm gonna make it keto friendly with a couple swaps. So I'm taking a traditional recipe, and I will link the traditional recipe, and I will tell you what I do to make it keto friendly. So stay tuned for next week too. All right, until next time. Bye.